3 years ago on this channel, I made a video called All Backrooms Creatures and Entities Explained, where I went over a ton of entities in the backrooms that I thought were pretty neat. The video quality is terrible, and I think it's a horrible video, but it's nostalgic still. Thank you for 3 million views on that, by the way. But in that video, I mentioned the Skin Stealer, and I've literally never talked about it or described it again since then, and my oh my, we need to talk about the Skin Stealer entity in the backrooms. Some amazing changes have occurred since then, a lot more information has been figured out about the creature, and in this video today, I will be explaining all we know about it, its updated page, its new information, its lore that you didn't know. This is part 1 of a series where I'm gonna start going over old lore and levels and entities and groups and stuff that I haven't talked about in 3 to 4 years, but making updated, higher quality videos about them, because I think my first videos were terrible. I eventually want to redo my levels 0 through 13 as well, and if that sounds cool to you, leave a like. If you have any other suggestions on stuff I should kind of remake, let me know in the comments below. But this intro is way too long already. You guys with your TikTok attention span have probably clicked off. Let's get into the entity that got me into the Backrooms fandom over 3 years ago. Let's talk about the Skin Stealer lore, shall we? Entity number 10, or as it's commonly known as the Skin Stealer, are a species of predatory beings with polymorphic abilities. Now, polymorphic means that it can take on several different variations or forms and shapes and stuff. In this case, different skins. Skin Stealers are wiser and more intellectually gifted than we ever thought they were, because originally people thought they were just these big dumb brutes running around the backrooms and kind of loud and stomping around that could be avoided easily, but that's not the case at all. Skin Stealers commonly live inside of levels with a large number of human presence, so like colonies or something. But more often, they live in levels with high concentrations of entities and other sentient things. But if a Skin Stealer does decide to live on a level where there's humans, it can pose a huge threat to wanderers in that level. So first up, I want to talk about the actual biology of the Skin Stealer and what makes them unique. If you remember the age-old saying from years ago, blood runs red, they're not dead, blood runs clear, don't get near, you'll figure out how that actually works in this biology section. Every Skin Stealer instance has 2 forms that they can take. One is a disguised form, and the other is a true form. The true form of a Skin Stealer appears as a muted, beige-colored, vaguely humanoid thing that looks very uncanny. They oftentimes have these strange disfigurements like claws or hooked arms or stubby legs, and from far away, right in the face, they kind of look to be human. And this allows them to blend in and not raise suspicion. They have very dark, deep-set, sunken eyes, and they overall are very uncanny to look at. They're known to be pretty strange if you stare at them, and they just look like husks of humans. There's no life in their eyes. This is the base level of them, their true form. Now, the disguised form of the Skin Stealer look like whatever their most recent victim looked like, with their skin stretched over them. But in order to understand how all that happens and how Skin Stealers actually steal the skin of poor wanderers who get consumed by them, I need to explain to you how they hunt and infect and spread to those victims first. So in order to successfully hunt and overtake a victim, Skin Stealers create and produce these specific types of cells to pass on to those people. These cells provide the information on how to transform and convert that wanderer into a Skin Stealer. And the way the cells are implanted in the wanderer, or the victim, by the Skin Stealer is very disturbing to say the least. The spread of these cells from Skin Stealer to victim happens through contact with internal parts of the victim's body, so through spit, vomit, and blood. In order for a Skin Stealer to hunt and to grab its victim, it will attack that person forcefully and then forcefully implant those cells into the victim's body through their oral cavity or a cut or in their nose or something. But it'll push those cells and pump them directly into that victim's body. Next, these cells from the Skin Stealer will essentially go through the victim's body and consume them from the inside, getting rid of all their useful tissues. They'll consume everything except the brain and the vital organs of that victim. This is is because in order for the new skin to fuse to the victim's body, the organs are needed to do that, and in order to get the memories from the victim for the skin stealer to use, the brain is needed. That's why it doesn't get rid of those things. But this is why when you cut a skin stealer, only clear liquid will come out. Those are the cells that they implanted because they eat the actual veins and capillaries in the humans. Blood runs clear, don't get near. There's actually a chart here on the entity page that kind of showcases how many cells will have a certain effect on whatever wanderer they come into contact with. You can read it if you want to, but pretty much you will get consumed internally by the skin stealer's skin-eating cells. But that is essentially how a skin stealer can spread and reproduce itself and duplicate itself, and it's by hunting people down, attacking them, implanting their cells inside of them, and then becoming that person and just using their skin to walk around. So now that you know how they steal the skins and the bodies of their victims, and now you know what they look like, let's talk about their behavior and how they actually act. Skin stealers are stealthy and cunning predators. They're known to hunt and consume humans, less likely, but they're more likely to consume entities, because there's more entities running around than humans. But when hunting a human, skin stealers might take it slow or they might take it fast. Oftentimes, they kind of lure that person with a false sense of security by appearing to be a human, and then they'll just tackle them and implant their cells after they brutally murder them. Sometimes, a skin stealer can linger in a colony of people for years, blending in, gaining the trust of the people that are there before implanting the cells in people and taking over all their skins and bodies. It is unknown why skin stealers crave human skin and animal skin, but what is known is that it's utterly disgusting that they try to take it from you. The only good news is that skin stealers usually only hunt by themselves. They don't hunt in packs, there's just one skin stealer. However, that one skin stealer can take over many people's skins if they have the time. Skin stealers are a horrific reminder to never trust anyone that you see in the backrooms, even if they look to be human. Their hollow, sunken eyes, their beige skin that looks lifeless, their uncanny walk, their gurgling noises, their skin that doesn't seem to be fitting just right. These small things set a skin stealer apart. But if you aren't careful, a skin stealer might just take your skin, stretch it over their own bones, and walk away with it, and you'll never see the light of day again. In order to survive an encounter with an instance of this creature, a small survival guide has been put together over on the page, and it reads as follows. First, examine the blood of your companions at least once per day. If it appears translucent, take the appropriate measures, which means to kill them. Number 2, check regularly for any differences in appearances or behavior of your companions. Number 3, if you come across a colony which seems to be overly generous, do not trust them. Whether they are still human or not, good intentions are unlikely. Number 4, show no mercy. They are not your friends or your family anymore. Do not hesitate to kill them. Number 5, if you are cornered, do not be taken alive. And that last bullet point there, do not be taken alive, is a scary and horrific reminder of just how bad a fate of a victim of a skin stealer is. These human husks that are essentially cannibals in a way are attacking people, implanting their cells inside of them, getting dissolved from the inside, and then having their skin taken away and stretched over a canvas of a human husk. Do not be taken alive. But again, you can ignore that entire list if you just want to go by the old classic saying that every single OG knows by heart. Blood runs red, they're not dead. Blood runs clear, don't come near. Anyways, that is it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy this entity showcase video about the skin stealer. I do want to go back and kind of recover the old lore because I really never gave individual videos to anything. I kind of just talked about them for like a minute and then never went deep into it. But if you do want that, leave a like. I'd be glad to do that. It's a nice little nostalgia trip for me. But thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for all you do. Make sure to check the link below for the page that this entity's from, all the artists and stuff that I included in this video, and all my social medias as well. If you want to go check out my other channel, Spoogly and Toogly, or my Twitter, my Instagram, yada, 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 yada. You know what the deal is. Thank you for everything you do for me. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you tell somebody you love them too, because life's too short not to. Thank you for all you do, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.